Hi, everyone. Welcome to the workshop today and food as medicine, which is step one of the 7 steps of healing after loss. It was the first step and the most important step in my mind, because once I started to eat better, I felt better, I gained my confidence and smile back. And about a year and a half after Dave died, it really made a change in my life. It helped transform my health and my life. It was a beautiful Sunday, April 15th, 2018, when retired Captain William David Scott passed away peacefully in my arms. I remember whispering into his ear the night before, "It's okay, honey, I'll be all right." Well, I lied. The loss of my soulmate, adventurer, fellow partner, 30 years together, traveling the world, and it was just the most devastating thing that could ever have happened in my life. When I tore my rotator cuff back in 2016, my doctor, Dr. Jimerson, healed my rotator cuff 150% by using active release therapy. He had an osteopath working with him in his practice, and I was suffering from gut issues, and I had been for at least 20 years. I used to live on Imodium thinking that was normal. But it was the first time in my life that somebody actually sat down and went through a family history, and it uncovered things that were just eye-opening to me and shocking. For example, my brother George died of ALS, and I never realized ALS was an autoimmune disease, but it is. My brothers have hypothyroidism, my sister's celiac, my other sister has breast cancer, my other sister has Graves' disease. Mom was on at least 20 pills the day she died at age 92. And it was just incredible the first time looking at the family history and seeing all these autoimmune diseases running rampant. As for me, I was diagnosed with autoimmune hepatitis. And I had to ask Dr. Google about that to say, what the heck is that? And they did further tests and said, no, we're just kidding. It's really fatty liver. And so I was on all these meds. I was on antidepressants because that's the first thing they give a widow. I was on metformin because I was pre-diabetic. I was on high blood pressure pills, cholesterol pills. If you name it, I was taking it. And I started thinking, why is there no exit strategy once you are on all of these pills? They never say, take this for a month and then and then talk to me later. They never say that. It's on, you take a pill for the rest of your life. And I was lying on the floor one night after Dave died and thought, now who was I going to take care of? And the answer came back quickly, you silly. And because of Dr. Jimerson and the osteopath and this whole family history, I sought out functional medicine, and I discovered the Living Proof Institute. I flew up to Toronto, and I went through a long intake form, talking more about my family history and saying, okay, what can we do about this and reverse all of this stuff? So they put me on what's called an essentials program. Most important thing is they changed my food preferences. They made this Italian girl give up pasta and tomatoes, and I kept saying to myself, I can do anything for 6 weeks. I can do anything for 6 weeks. So I stuck to it. And after 6 short weeks, 30 pounds melted away. I was back to the weight I was when Dave and I got married back in 1988. My smile came back. The energy went through the roof. But the best thing was I reversed my pre-diabetes and I got off every single medication. Today, I take nothing but supplements, and I am on no prescription medications, and I hope to stay that way for the rest of my life. The only good thing about my family history is longevity. So I want to live to be 100 and be healthy and make sure that the rest of my life is spent out of the hospital. When I went back to school to become a functional medicine certified health coach, really led to my mission and purpose for life part 2. And that's to help others learn that they can eat well to be healthy and get the confidence and the smile back. And so the 7 steps to healing include these 7 steps. And the one we're going to focus on today, and the one I think is the most important, is leveraging food as medicine. And let's take a look at what that means. So, welcome everyone. I'm happy to be here with you in this presentation. One of my passions from being a widow, and one of my passions in creating the 7 steps to healing after loss, which you can see in my book. Renee, I know you've read it, and Jennifer and Ellen have, but food is a passion of mine. And when I went back to school 3 years ago to become a health coach, I thought I was only going back to school to learn about nutrition. And going back to school to become a health coach really helped transform my life. And I learned so much about food as medicine. And where did this term come from? You may have heard it in your travels. Where did this term come from, food as medicine? Well, it actually started probably thousands of years ago in Ayurvedic medicine. If you've heard of Ayurvedic medicine, it's the wholesome use of food promotes the health of a person, and that which is unwholesome is the cause of disease. And that was back from Ayurvedic medicine. And then Chinese proverbs, Chinese recognized food as medicine again for thousands of years. And probably the most recent is Hippocrates. Let food be thy medicine and medicine be thy food. So when I wrote the 7 steps to healing, the most important step in my mind was basically 4 components of food: what you eat, how you shop, how you cook, and how you eat. And let's go through each of those components as we talk about food as medicine. Now, I don't know about you, but I've tried a whole bunch of these in my 60 years on this earth. Okay, a little more than 60 years. I've been Mediterranean. Of course, my background is Italian and Lebanese, so I know how to cook both cuisines. I was a Weight Watchers for years, keto, paleo, Whole30, carnivore, which is all the meat you can eat. Atkins, remember the old grapefruit diet, and then the cabbage soup diet. Enter the zone diet. There's so many different diet fads out there. It's hard to understand or hard to know which one to believe. They may work for a few minutes, or they may work for a while, but long term they're proven to not be sustainable. So when I changed my health and went and discovered functional medicine, the first thing I learned was, why organic? Well, for one thing, it tastes better. I remember my friend Deb going to she followed the Whole30 food plan, and she said, I tasted an organic strawberry and I couldn't believe how much better it tasted. And that's one thing. Organic berries don't have the pesticides in them. And so the pesticides are a really big deal. A strawberry this year in 2023, EWG has found 18 pesticides on a strawberry. And all of this stuff that you eat gets into your system. And there's also a lot of hormones and antibiotics.